Are you ready? Here we go. Be real.
Shining bright, going hard, living big, like a star. Trying to get it, already got it. And there ain't nothing no one can do about it. We living that best life. We living that best life. We living that best life.
Oh yeah.
We living. Everybody talking about trying to hustle hard, but don't nobody want to talk about God. Trying to get it in, we trying to win, but don't nobody seem to know where to begin. Well, I'ma tell you something, and I hope you listening. Life gets better when Jesus is your friend. You can tell him anything, he'll tell you everything. No competition, how you win it every day. Shining bright, going hard, living.
Hey, how are you guys living out there? All you kingdom builders on this Testimony Tuesday. Yes. I'm trying to give a little thing there, right? So y'all can see my believe. Yes, believe and receive. Yes. So tonight we're going to be talking more about serial entrepreneurship, and we're going to be talking with Andrea. And listen, I want you guys to really, if you guys are interested in making a difference, another stream of income, she is the tax guru, and she actually does tax classes that are getting ready to start November the 11th. And so she's going to tell you guys more about that. But we're going to talk tonight about serial entrepreneurship and her testimony about her journey, some do's and don'ts, some ups and some downs, and her journey. So hope you guys enjoy. So we're going to invite Andrea in. Andrea, there she is.
Hi, Miss Autumn.
Yes, my little Andrea. I love me some Andrea, honey.
And I love Miss Mom.
I tell you, she's a hustler, baby. She is a hustler. She reminds me so much of me. So anytime I can share, I love to share. She's more versed now, and so she's really teaching me things now, and stuff. So we want to talk tonight, Andrea. This is Testimony Tuesday, and anytime we have a testimony, we've been tested, and we know so much now in our society. We're talking about different streams of income, serial entrepreneurs, and we hear so much of it because it used to be an option, right? But now it's like almost mandatory.
Okay.
And so I just want to talk a little bit about that with you, and you share with us, be candid with us as you can. What was your first business that you started?
My very first business was a hairstylist.
Okay.
That I think some people like really downplay the role of a hairstylist, and I would tell anybody, me being a hairstylist for so many years has really molded me to have to structure other business if you do it right.
Okay.
And we all know that there's certain different ways that entrepreneurs like run their salon business.
Right.
But if you are actually intentional about creating a business, I would say me being in a salon, because I feel like trying to please a whole bunch of women will put you to the test.
Okay. If you can pass that test, right?
Yeah, you pass that, go, you good.
You can go into any business because
if you got you about 50 women that you keeping happy every week.
Yeah.
You ready.
Yeah. Because and that's one thing we got to realize. Some people go into business, right? And they're not even people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They don't even like people.
Yeah.
And it's like, how you gonna go into business and you don't like people?
Yeah,
right?
yeah. And I always tell people, like, when I get with other women, and I always tell people, like, especially women, I talk to women, if you always got a problem with another woman, you won't be successful, because most of my business is from women.
We don't want to spend the money, baby.
Yeah, I said, so if you always got a problem, you don't like her, you got a problem with her, you're not ready for entrepreneurship.
That's good. That's real good, Andrea. That's real good. You're right. Because even the men that got money and give it to their women, they giving it to their women to spend the money. So yeah, we gotta like you.
Yeah. And I always tell people, like, if I have a couple, I don't care if he is the person that's like, if I'm in real estate on the loan or whatever, I always make sure that I'm double checking with her, because every man, they always say, whatever she want, whatever she want.
Right.
Whatever she
Even
want.
though
I
sometimes they
know, let me make sure she good.
even though they act like they the one in charge, we really know who's running
yes.
it. Cause she ain't saying that she gonna be the one saying, I don't want to do that.
Whatever she wants. So I would say, get you a circle of women that you respect. I think the biggest thing, women don't respect each other enough.
Wow.
And if you respect them, you respect their opinion, you respect their struggle. So if you find you a group of women circle that you respect, and then I feel like you can really grow. I always tell people there's so much competition and not enough collaborating. And so if we collaborate more than we compete, man.
Yeah. And I that's I learned that a long time ago. It's collaboration. It's no competition. You all you do is help me step up my game. You know what I'm saying? If I see you doing something, I like what you're doing. I want to do that. I want to be there. I'm gonna follow your steps, honey. I'm not gonna get I'm gonna try to get next to you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Well, I think so many people are so, I want to say, ego stricken, that they don't want to act like they don't know. And my thing is, they spend so much time trying to reinvent the wheel when you
already got it.
You could have just been my friend and found out.
I tell you, because I tell them. I tell you.
Miss Autumn is not a gatekeeper. She tell everything.
Whatever you want to know. Just don't open up next door to me. That's all I got. And it was another thing you said before we move on to your other businesses about structure. I heard this somewhere. I read a lot of books because I'm always trying to learn, and grow. And so I read it somewhere, but they said once you get that first business structure down, you can run as many businesses as you want once you get that solid structure, foundation, and pattern. And I heard you say that earlier. You want to elaborate on that a little bit more?
Well, I think most of being business is about having discipline. And if you can have discipline for one business, it'll create that stream of domino effect of being able to have discipline for the rest. Now, even though your business may be different, the business model, whatever might be business, the core of how you discipline yourself to run your business. Yes. That's it. And I feel like a lot of us just don't have discipline. We see what people have, but we don't want to put in the extra hours, the work, sacrifice. Okay. We don't want to do what we got to do to get there. So a lot of us, I tell anybody, I think the biggest thing, you got to have discipline.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. And that's what I see as when I always talk about hustlers, I think about, I came from the world, but I always think of, it's like, you're going to put the work in. You're going to do whatever it takes to make this work. And you're not going to depend on somebody else to make it work. You're going to figure it out. You know what I'm saying?
And I'll tell you guys, I'll tell you a little secret. So lately, I've been feeling like, I need to be able to have some me time, some free time.
Oh, I've been seeing you, girl.
I've been, what they were saying, I'm out, we outside.
I've seen you. You've been outside a lot.
I've been outside, but the thing about it is, I noticed I have to choose. I got to pick a side. Do I want to be outside? Do I want to be in my bag?
Yeah.
Because I noticed, like, yes, I had fun with outside, but even like now, I'm trying to get back to it. I was outside, my hot girl summer is over.
Okay.
and so now I'm getting back to I'm like, okay, I just wanted to breathe a little bit.
Yeah,
but I'm noticing, I'm like, man, I couldn't do this every week. I couldn't do this every day because I got so much to do. Right. And so I tell people, I got a lot to do and a little time to do it in. So again, I want to enjoy. So those little bitty nitpicks of doing this and that, that's fun. But my long goal is be able to do this every day, to do it what I want to do. So a lot of times I say that discipline, sometimes you want to do that, you can't do it. You can't do what everybody else doing.
It takes a lot of sacrifice. It takes a lot of sacrifice. A lot. A lot of times I'll be on my live and I say, oh, I need some self-care, as they say. I need, hair gray, lashes ain't done, nails ain't done, but I gotta, I'm doing what I do, So, but
hold on, back up, Miss Autumn. I ain't talking about I ain't talking about missing no self-care.
No self-care.
I ain't talking about missing no nail appointments.
You talking about going out having fun?
Keep in mind, we still on the hairstylist category, so I am not promoting missing no hair appointments. Okay?
No, don't be missing no hair. Okay, baby.
None.
No, let's talk
about half of the battle is how you look.
You're right. I've been learning that with all this content creation and all this stuff, because maybe if you look at some of my little videos when I first started out about a year or so ago, baby, I'm like, oh my God, my kids say, Mom, why you get on there looking like anything? Like even today, I kind of look a little rough too. Mama, why you get on? You don't care how you look. You just jump on there. The people ain't getting on that. I don't think to see how I look. It's about what I'm saying. Nah, Mama, you need to, like you said, you need to kind of look the part too, But
I mean, you can do a little bit. It's a little bit, because the thing about it is the world that we live in. I'm not so much of a flashy person to where I have to show you every little thing, like my credit card. But unfortunately, that's what promotes and sells.
Right.
And my thing is, unfortunately, how you look. Like I do understand. Like to me, I tell anybody, my biggest audience don't even look like me. When I close deals, they don't look like me.
Right.
They're not, they don't just look like me.
Right.
And so I make sure that I'm inviting to the mass. Like I don't just want to sell homes or do hair of my relation, my race or my gender or my circle or my age group. I want to reach the mass. And unfortunately, people judge you by how you look.
That's true. Yeah.
So again, that's important. I mean, it's very important. Like I have a daughter.
I'm working on that. I am. I got to get some new photos. I got to do a photo shoot.
I'm doing a new photo. So I got a assistant, and the first thing she said, you need to rebrand yourself.
Yeah. Yeah, I need a new one. Brittany did me one. I don't even look like me. Who is that? I want people when they see me, they know that's me. But anyway.
Yeah, I don't want to be too filtered down.
Right.
I want them to know I'm cute in real life. You know.
I was like, that ain't the lady I saw in the picture.
Yeah. So it's very important because people. I notice like even just walking out, people gravitate to me just when I'm my full self. And maybe because I be putting off a better energy when I look good and feel good. Yeah, maybe they can assume the confidence that I have when I look good. And people gravitate to me. Yeah. And plus, I talk to a nickel on the ground. It don't matter.
Yeah. So, and you're very confident is attractive.
It is.
It is. And so when we look good, we feel good, and we walk with that confidence too.
Yeah.
So what was your next business that you took on? What inspired your next business?
So my next business that I did, I opened up a tax office. So I did that. I did that based on, and just like, it's funny. I did that by being, and I'm glad to see this thing is just flowing away to do that. So I was doing hair, and I had a client to thank for that. So I had a client, and she was my regular client, but I noticed that she was looking real different. She was dressing different. She was getting higher ticket hair items. And I'm like, she driving new cars. And it made me, I said, girl, you got a new job or something? I said, you got a new job or something? And she was like, oh, no, I do taxes now. I'm like, oh, you do tax? I said, you must be doing very well. Because her whole look changed.
Wow.
And I was like, I ain't never known you to just look so, like this. And so I had talked to her about it. I asked her where she went. And then, so I kind of, fed off of that. I actually went to work for the lady that she worked for that's retired now. And then after that, me, I was like, thank you.
Right.
And I went on and did my own training. And then maybe a couple of years later, I branched out on my own and just blew up from there.
Yeah. And so that's what I want to tell everybody too, is that you offer, you expand from there, and you offer classes for others that want to learn how to do taxes. And I thought it's a really good profession. I've been, don't talk about me, Andrea. Don't tell nobody about me now. But I've been trying to get into it because it's seasonal. And I did try to take one of Andrea's class. She's very great, awesome. And she for real though. She for real. She ain't no joke. But tell them about that, about the classes that you offer for those that want to get into the tax business. And
so I do offer
money that can be made. Yeah. Tell about that money that can be made.
Yeah. So I do offer a class from November the 11th to January the 13th this tax season. When you do taxes, most people get into it to learn how to learn their own taxes. And I always tell people that's a great start. Yeah. Is to learn how to maximize your own taxes, understand what you're paying, what's coming out, how all that is
Yes,
contributed to your Social Security,
that's
because a lot of
good.
people don't even understand their own W-2s.
Yes,
So I tell people, even for anything else, if you just learn your own W-2, your own little small
that's
business and what
good.
deduction you can take, it's a great class to take for that. And then once you kind of master your own stuff, then you can always venture out to take on. 'Cause I personally myself, even Miss Autumn would contest to that, I don't take on taxes that I'm not knowledgeable at. So I would
Yeah,
say
she wouldn't do mine, y'all.
no. I said, oh, this
She
big
said,
is a
no,
tax.
you need to get
I said, oh, you need to get an APA, CPA. You need to
and
get
I
an EF.
did.
I said, you need to get an NCIC, baby. This is not for me. And so I would always say, if you just get in it to learn your own taxes, people don't even know how their withholdings are withdrawn into Social Security. So, and all, they don't even understand it. So I'll tell people, get in it, learn your own stuff. I
Yeah,
would
let me
say,
interject something. Let me interject something while you say that, while we're at that point. That's why I do the financial literacy, because one of the things that the Holy Spirit told me to teach people is the secret killers. You know how we have secret killers in our bodies, like the diabetes and blood pressure and stuff like that? Them taxes and interest rates. And that is so true. People do not. I even realize that, like you said, on your W-2, when we get a paycheck, people don't even realize that your gross is not what you can calculate to go and spend in your budget.
No.
Yeah, and that's just, I don't know, I just was so surprised that, man, we really don't understand that this gross, they telling they paying you so much an hour, that ain't what you can go home and spend. But go ahead, babe.
It's not, and then it's really not. And so, and another thing is, a lot of people, I think people now has gotten with the idea of claiming more on their taxes to have less withheld, which they don't even understand. Come to tax season, it actually hurts you, because you actually are kind of getting that money in arrears and you paying it back at tax season.
Yeah.
And so it's like, it don't really work, because if you select your W-4 and you claim 10, and then you get to your taxes to find tax, you claim 2. Well, actually you got overpaid.
Right.
And so now you're on. So a lot of people don't really understand their own taxes, and they don't understand, well, why do I owe? So I think even if you're not ready to jump in and take on clients, I never advise you to mess with anybody's finances if you don't know what you're doing. Learn it for yourself.
Yeah, that's good.
At least take it to learn it for yourself, so you can understand.
And
your
how much
own
is the
finances.
class? How much
the class is just $299.
It's worth it. Because you're gonna say that in just 1 year, your taxes.
No, younger, understand, it's just $299
and more. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so probably I'm assuming a lot of your clientele from the hair business came, your tax company, right? Came because they trusted you, right? Or no?
So my business is definitely a domino effect. Every business that I have, I always tell people my thing started with hair. People don't understand, like, if you structure your hair business professional, like, people trust you. So I would say from every business, it has been a domino effect. If I have them this business, so I have clients that started out with me from a hair salon. I got some taxes, and now I got some that do all 3 businesses that they support me in every business. So it is definitely a domino effect. That's why you got to always not take your small beginnings lightly, because you never know.
That's right. That's good. Yeah, that's right. That's good. And we got to value people. I said that the other day. We got to understand people are the highest commodity we got. You know what I'm saying? They are the most valuable thing. That's where our money comes from. So yeah, we got to treat people right. We got to treat people right. So then after you did the tax business, when did you, what was your next business?
I'm always, I'm not gonna say it's me
evolving.
I'm not gonna say it's me. I'm gonna say glory to God. He always, my saying is, I already prepared you for a time such as this. And so I actually took a real estate class in 2008 while I was a hairstylist, because it was some benefits to me taking the class. So I'm one of them things that I'm like, okay, if I go to school and get a check, I'll do it. So I'm like, it's a check attached to it. I'm gonna go to school. I think I was getting. My dad was in the military, and at the time, if I went to school, I think I could get $1,400 a month. And I'm just to go to school. All I had to do is go to school and pass.
Okay.
Go to school and pass. I'm smart. So I'm like, I want that check. So
Right.
when I was in cosmetology, it was by default. I enrolled in business. I actually enrolled in business.
Mm-hmm.
And I took business management, and it just, I'm like, I just wasn't getting the business. I was already a hairstylist for years, and I'm like, this ain't really. That's why I felt like it was like for somebody that was in corporate business.
Uh-huh.
And
Right.
I'm like, I ain't really feeling this. I ain't really feeling
Mm-hmm.
this. This business class, it ain't really giving what I
Mm-hmm.
feel like I need to give. So I went back to my advisor, and I'm like, I'm an entrepreneur. I'm not corporate type. I said this
First.
business giving me corporate America type. I said, it probably won't ever be me. I need something more structured that it's like I can run the business and be in it. And so I sat down, and so she really didn't know what to tell me. So she told me take science, to get a degree in science. And she said, so if you decide to elevate your degree, you can take a science degree and pretty much apply it anywhere.
Okay.
So I just started taking those classes for science. And then one day I was sitting down and something just said, take some real estate courses with it.
Oh, wow.
And so I took some real estate courses. I did my major in science and I did a minor in real estate.
Okay.
So I took all my real estate classes while I was in hair school, and I took the test, got my license. Well, while I was going to school, I met a professor there, and I was doing her hair.
Okay.
And so I was her hairstylist. I was doing her hair, and my professor, and she was like, "Well, I got a friend that's in commercial real estate, and I want you, I want to refer you in." So I went there. I worked for him for a little while, but again, if anybody follows real estate, the bottom fell out the market.
Right. Yeah, that's when I got out. Yeah.
Yeah,
Was
the
it
market, so many
2008,
people got out,
2009?
and I wasn't worried because I was making if anybody follow the cosmetology business, they know hair business didn't stop kicking. We were still making money.
Yeah, I was
And
elevating.
Yeah, so after my 2 years, I never renewed. I'm like, oh, they ain't making no money over there doing real estate. I got out. I let my license expire, and I never worried about it since 2008. I didn't make a dime.
Right.
I didn't make a dime. And so fast forward, I don't know how many years, y'all can do the math. 2020 hit.
Okay.
Pandemic hit.
Okay.
The city shut down, including my hair salon.
Oh, wow.
And my tax office was okay because I can do my taxes virtually.
Right.
So that wasn't
That was a good thing about having the different serial entrepreneurship is like when one sinks, hopefully the other one is still swimming, right?
Yeah. So the salon closed down. The tax office was able to go virtually, and that's another thing when you have your business, make sure you structure your business to where you don't have to be there physically for the business to be operated. So that was something that I learned pandemic, like, man, so with taxes, I was able to do people virtually. I was able to call them and say, hey, you can send your stuff to me. I'll send you your quote and then we can go. So that business kept running. The hair salon, which was very lucrative, still is shut down completely. Wow. Well, for me, I depend on both my business for revenue, for my livelihood.
Right, I got you. Your budget, I got you. We talk about that. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I need both.
Okay, I talked about that. You need to know them numbers, baby. You need to know them numbers.
The tax office itself, we ain't gonna do.
Okay.
And so, so I was sitting in my office, my tax office, and my little thing came up again, and I heard the saying, "I already prepared you for such a time as this." All right. And I went on my thing, and I was like, "I got my real estate license."
Yeah.
And so I called
at a
Austin.
Great time. At a great time.
At a great time. I called Austin and I was like, hey, I had my license in 2008. What do I got to do to like start them up? She was like, well, it's been a very long time since you had it. She said, so you would have to take a few classes again. I didn't have to do it all from scratch, but there were a lot of classes I still have to retake. And I had to take the test again, but I didn't have to start from the beginning because I had took it when I was in college. So I had more core classes, but some of the classes were required for me to retake and get, so I did that, hit the ground running. And I tell you, that was a fantastic.
And y'all, she's a bad little girl. Let me tell you something. I have a real estate license, but I call Andrea. Andrea, go. If Andrea can't get you a house, baby, it ain't no getting no house.
Okay? You ain't gonna get one.
Let me tell you, it ain't no getting one.
You
And
don't get one
so
because we're
yeah,
gonna
so
get
she's
the
a
house.
bad girl. Mhm.
I'm gonna be
Go
like
ahead.
Oprah one day. You get a house. You get a house. You get a house.
Yes, yes, yes. And one thing I can say is Andrea, she's good at whatever she does. So we got a few minutes left.
Okay.
So tell us the high of being a serial entrepreneur.
So I will tell the high is I like freedom. I like the freedom to be able to live my life. I like the freedom to be able to be a mom, a sister, whatever I need to do. I don't like to be restricted to a schedule to where even though we work very hard, I like the luxury of being able to be in control of my own
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
I'm very hard-headed that way. I'm a bull. I'm a bull. I'm a bull. And I just don't like to have to go by somebody else's vision and plan. It doesn't make me feel good. It doesn't work good with my spirit.
Okay. Okay.
So I love the luxury of being able to have the freedom to be able to give as much as I want to give, or give as less as I want to give. But I understand when I give less, I get less. But I like to be able to have the luxury to choose when I want to overexhaust myself in my own self.
That's right. That's good. Because a lot of times we do the overload, but we do have those days that if we choose not to overload, we don't. Right. And the point I learned this as well, like you said a few minutes ago earlier, is that make sure when you're building your businesses and your side hustles that there are things that don't require you to always be in the pocket, that your money can still be making money. Elevate your businesses to a place where they can run without you. And I know I see that with you, with your hair business. You're not there doing hair, but your business is still making, you have a whole suite.
Yeah.
I mean, we kind of missed that part. This girl got a whole suite. She leases out suites to other hairstylists, and now with your real estate business and like with the tax business, so she has duplicated yourself to where, like, okay, I might not be doing taxes, but I got 10 of y'all doing taxes. She still makes money off that.
Right.
So that's the power of multiplication. Reach one, teach one. We all benefit from each other. So tell us the low. And
I will tell you one other thing, which I know is important to people. I control how much money I make. If I have a quota for myself and I feel like I want to make $50,000 this month,
I
girl.
Can do it.
I'm a girl. That means I put myself a quota. I mean, I got to close 3 deals today.
Okay.
And I got to close 3 deals this month to hit my quota. And so my thing is I am in control on how much I make. I don't have to do, I have to do overtime for myself, but I also can structure. I set a goal for myself. So I am control of how much and how less that I can make based on me being able to control my own business. So.
Yeah. That's good. And so what would you say the low being a serial entrepreneur is? Because it ain't all glamorous.
Yeah, I would think so when you say serial entrepreneur, I think sometimes like the world that we live in now, having multiple income is just the norm now. But I always say when you got so many, one will suffer. You'll do very well at one, and then the other one won't do so well, because I can't be everywhere all the time, and I can't be 100 on everything. So it's hard to have all your business to be equally successful at the same time, because like right now when I'm pointing to real estate, my tax office may suffer, or if I'm pointing to on tax season, I don't do that much hair.
Right.
And so, and then on tax season, when I got customers relocating, I don't, do that much taxes. So it's something suffer. So I always say, trying to relinquish some of yourself, give some of that due diligence, and give some of the get some help. First of all, you cannot be an entrepreneur by yourself.
Right. I'm trying to see what these questions are. I guess you answered one question already. You said that at the expo, and I like that what you said when we had the Living This Life Expo. You said, because I do believe in multiple streams of income. I learned that from TD Jakes a long time ago about having multiple streams.
You learned it from TD? I learned it from Steve Harvey.
Oh, I learned from Bishop Jakes, and they had multiple street. Because somebody was asking him, talking about, well, I thought you was a pastor. That when he was doing his movies.
Uh-huh.
He said, let's get. I'm a man that pastors.
Right.
I do a lot of things.
Right. I got a lot.
Yeah. And so, but I like what you said. One of them do suffer, and so I've had to learn to keep the main thing. That thing that I know takes care of my bread and butter and takes care of those bills at home. I got to make sure that baby's good. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I think the bigger thing with entrepreneur, you have to understand, like, we get so tough. This is my baby. You got to learn to delegate. Yes, I always tell people they may not do it the way you do it, but it needs to get done. And if it gotta wait 4 weeks for you to do it, it's easier for you to delegate it to somebody else. And most people that start business, they hover over it like a baby, and they're afraid to delegate. I did it for years with my tax office because I was so afraid of.
Because they ain't gonna do it like you.
I'm like, I ain't gonna be letting everybody be all my clients' information.
Make me lose my money.
Yeah, and then they gonna be having my clients' information. You know, I always
they don't like them. They don't smile to them. They don't talk right. And I had a licensing rep. You know, my daycare is my major player. And I had a licensing rep told me, because I was sitting at the front desk and I'm sitting there and all I'm doing is babysitting basically. She said, how long you gonna do this? Did you go into business to sit up here and babysit your business? You know, she said you're a business owner to enjoy life while your business is being a business, you know? And so I had to learn that a long time ago too. And nobody's you. They're not gonna do it like you. You train them, like you say, you put the systems in place, let them run this baby. So we're gonna get ready to get out of here. Make sure Frank Two's back there somewhere. We need to put up all your information. How can people get in touch with you? But before we do that, tell us what you'd like to leave with us tonight.
Well, I want to leave y'all. I know a lot of times. I'm on live. Sorry, I'm a mom too, y'all. See how she running in that homework.
That's okay. That's okay. We're almost done.
So I like to think, I know a lot of times we get busy. We get busy with working. We get busy with being busy and doing our job. I don't know. I don't question nobody else's belief, but I know it works for me. And I tell people, you know, as long as you pray, ask God to order your steps, and as long as you include him into everything that you do, it will work. And my thing is, and if it don't work, it was not pretending to go. Because I always tell people, closed doors are blessings too. So a lot of times we be like upset and frustrated because it didn't happen. And I tell anybody that I had opportunity to start businesses a long time ago, but I already know if I would have started them then, I wasn't who I am now to where I'm disciplined and calm. So those businesses would have not been successful and last as long as I did, because my mindset was not there to be an entrepreneur. So I always say, Bobby, ask for discernment. Get in your prayer closet, your prayer space, and before you agree to anything, before you jump into any relationship, you know, ask God to order your steps and pray about that thing. And don't be quick to make decisions based on the need of money, because it don't work.
Oh, that's good. That's real good. So how do we get in touch with you? If somebody wanted to get in touch with you?
So I think I shared a little card with y'all that had my email, my website right there.
There we go, right there.
That's my direct phone number. I don't got no Google Voice. I like to talk to people directly, so I give everybody my direct number.
Okay.
I like to be personable with people.
I think there was a QR code. Do you have the QR?
Yes, it was a QR code too.
But I'll make sure that I post it for you guys to make sure you guys can get in touch with her, and definitely get in touch with her about the taxes, real estate. I mean, she has a wealth of information. She don't have a lot of time. I feel privileged because I
said, oh, I gotta hurry up and get in front of the camera. Miss Autumn called. She called. Now I'm gonna tell you, if Miss Autumn called, I'm coming. I don't know. If she called, I'm coming.
And I'm grateful. I'm honored. I'm humbled, because I know you are a girl that's on top of your game, and I know you're busy and you ain't got time to be playing with me. And so I am honored that you take time for me. So I appreciate you.
Do we have any questions or anything?
Oh yeah. Let me see. I didn't have it. She said you already answered one.
Okay. We can take one, Miss Autumn. We can take one.
Okay, she said, anybody have any questions that's out there? Great gems, they said. She said, something like, Chismet said, I was just about to ask, do you have any classes?
Okay.
You answered that if you want to reiterate about the classes.
Okay.
Q, there's where I need to be. Most of them were just agreeing. This is true. I'm changing. I think when you was talking about my brand.
Okay.
Yeah, that was it. Mhm.
Okay. Okay. So, like I said, if you need me, Miss Autumn, I'm here. Let me know. Share my information with anybody that can call and ask me questions. Don't call me too much, but call if they have just little questions. Like I like to do this more often, like get like people together just to kind of motivate them, because starting a business, even if it's just start out something small, it teaches you a lot of discipline. Trust me.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Thanks again, baby. I love you. Have a good night.
Love you. Talk to you.
Okay, baby.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, that was Andrea Reddick. When I post it, I'm gonna post more of her information on there for you guys, so you guys can get in touch with her. But definitely, if you're interested in getting into those tax classes that starts in November, like she said, even if you don't do it to make money, just do it so you understand taxes, period. So you can maximize your tax bracket, you can maximize your income, you can maximize your business, your Schedule C, understanding all that. Even if you're 1120, if you're a corporation, understanding all of that. If you're a nonprofit, you're 990. If you don't file your 990, even though you're not doing nothing with your nonprofit, you will lose your nonprofit status. So that was really good, the things that she was talking about. So, definitely get in the loop with that. And I love you guys. I want you guys to be blessed, blessed, blessed. And I want you to stay real, real close. Yes, to God. Yes. And like she said, God's the one that gives us power to create wealth. He's the one that we lack wisdom, that he says, just ask me. He said that if we acknowledge him in all of our ways, he will direct our paths. Y'all be blessed and have a sweet, sweet night. Love y'all.
Everybody talking about trying to hustle hard, but don't know